Hey guys, so I think it's been about 2 months since I've made a video, but I am back today with a craft that I found on Pinterest. So it's not a doll craft, but I will get back to those, I promise. However, I'm going to be completely honest and tell you that my room is a disaster at the moment, and there is not a lot of room to record. The camera is literally as far away from me right now as it possibly can, and that's only about this far. I graduated from high school last Sunday, and I had my graduation party this Saturday, and all of the leftovers from both of those events are kind of just scattered all over my room. So I don't have a lot of room to record either, but I'm going to do my best to make it work because my camera sits on the tripod that I used to have for my iPad. So I should be able to do it pretty easily. It just might take some finagling and finesse. Anyway, the next clip you're going to see is a quick little video of the actual craft that I'm doing. I'm showing it to you on the web page that I found it, so that way you can find it there as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. So we are momentarily in my living room because that's where my computer is, but I found this pin on Pinterest, which is the Bits and Bob box, and it's a little storage container, but I traced it back to Etsy, and this is where it originated, on this lady's page. So if you wanted to check it out there, you can buy instructions for it. But I am going to be trying to make this today in my own way because I don't have the instructions for it, and mine will differ slightly as well. But today is Tuesday, and I'm trying to make it for a friend for a graduation present before Thursday, and you guys get to see the process. So I'm going to move back to my room and get started. Okay. So I went ahead and pre-folded everything so that way you guys didn't have to watch me struggle to fold everything perfectly. But when you make this one, you fold it over this way and crease it, and then unfold it and bring it down this way and crease it. And then you bring these top points down to the middle and crease it, and then you bring the two sides over into the middle, crease it, and unfold it, and then bring these two out, fold these two in, and now that you're at this stage, you actually bring up the box. And that involves this crease here, which you probably can't see very well, but there's a crease here. And you fold that up on both sides here. And then bring the triangle part down and then fold it into the box. And then repeat that on this side as well. And there's your origami box. I'm going to personally put glue on mine to make sure these stay in, but you don't have to. The next step would just be to make more of these. Traditionally there's 4. I'm either going to make 4 or 5. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know in the end. Okay, so I ended up making 5 boxes. 3 orange and 2 green. The original box is made out of cardboard, but I do not have big enough cardboard pieces to do it, so I'm using cardstock, because it's a thicker paper and it will stand on its own and whatnot. My parts are just a little bit bigger than the boxes themselves. And because you need 4 sides, I cut an extra piece that's the same size but with a little overhang, so that way I can attach it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now with just some normal Elmer's glue. Okay, so before I continue, I will warn you that it's raining and thundering outside, so I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but either way, it drives one of my dogs insane, so occasionally he's barking. No big deal, but that's just a heads up. This is where I glued the extra piece on. It still bends the same way, whatever. And then I traced it onto this paper, which is kind of hard to do because it's flimsy. If you do it with cardboard, it'll be a lot easier to trace. And then I added 1-inch tabs on the sides for the box to be made as a lid. I'm going to cut this out and then form the lid. Okay, so now that this is cut out and folded over, I'm going to cut one of these lines on each side so that way I can fold them in and up to make the actual box. I will show you which sides I'm cutting when it's done. Okay, so basically I cut it so that way each tab has one to be folded over. And those are going to be glued in on the inside so that way the outside is free of any pencil marks or any extra paper, because otherwise it would fold over the top and it looks slightly less clean, I guess. But I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this side of each of these and glue them in. Okay, so I have it all glued together, and it pretty much just allows this to fit over the top and to close the box itself. Now, before I glue the boxes on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and decorate it because that'll be much easier to do when it's laying flat. You don't have to decorate it, I'm just doing it because it's for my best friend and I want it to look real fancy and stuff. But once I'm done decorating it and once it's completely dry, I will come back and glue on the boxes. Okay, so this is my decorated box. I didn't do anything on the inside, but this is the outside. All 4 quadrants have been decorated. Anything that's black is paint. The name is made of stickers. This is a duct tape bow. The bow is hot glued on, but this side is still drying. I just wanted to get this part recorded since the thunder has subsided a little bit. Once it's completely dry, I'm going to flip it over and start gluing on the boxes on the inside. I will show you how I did it since I have an odd number instead of an even number, so they'll set differently. I'm personally using hot glue to glue on the inside boxes because it will be stronger, and as my older subscribers know, hot glue and I are pretty much best friends and we go way back. So that's totally how I'm going to do it. You could still use normal glue if you wanted. I'm just doing hot glue because I know it's stronger. So I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to glue on the boxes, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have all of it put together, including the boxes on the inside. So when you take off the lid and open it up, it looks like this. These are the normal boxes, and this is the extra one that I added in. And because I added it, it just is the highest box above the lowest box. So that way they all still fit together. The main trick is making sure that they don't collide when you close it, but that they kind of scrape against each other. So that way there's enough room in the box. But anyway, this is the whole project. I'm going to make extra stuff to add in here for my best friend, but other than that, this is it. You could decorate the little boxes as well, or you could leave it as is right now. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this. I kind of just put it together real quick without any prior planning or instructions. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I'm getting used to the new setup that I have, which is an actual camera instead of my old iPad that I was recording with. So it's a little different and a little more difficult to get used to everything here, and that's why sound sounds a lot different too. Anyway, if you have suggestions for what you want to see next, leave them below in the comments. It can be something doll craft related or something other craft related. Like, this isn't for dolls, but you can suggest something that is for dolls or is not for dolls, and I will see what I can do either way. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Okay, so I didn't think to do this until after I had actually taken down where I was recording, but I glued 2 beads on this side and 2 more beads on this side, and then wrapped a little rubber band around it to help keep the side closed, because in the last clip I'm sure you noticed that it was open a little bit, but this is just keep it closed. Completely optional. And it took a lot of hot glue in between to keep it together.